Now for part 4 of the Riptide Rivals Rinterviews. We're joined by Windows now. Windows, you had kind of taken a little bit of time off during the quarantine saga.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit of the reasoning behind that.
For me, this extends like beyond Rivals. This is just a general thing. Lag just destroys me. Like mentally, there's something in my brain where like if the game like stutters, if it's inconsistent, it's almost like a road rage response where I just like cannot control myself and I just, it's too much. So for, my own well-being, for, the sake of, just trying to keep things positive for everyone else, I just kind of stopped entering the online events.
Sure. I know for today you had dipped out of singles.
Yes.
Are you planning on attending Heatwave or Genesis, the other two RC events?
Genesis, yes, I am planning on going to Genesis. Heatwave, probably not.
Okay.
Genesis is because it's such an important event for Rivals as a whole, and I want to be there. Like
Sure.
I've been every single Genesis since Genesis 5, which was the first one I could go to. And I'm definitely going to do doubles, workshop, singles. I don't know. The whole thing for me in singles and the reason I dropped out today is because the whole point of me going to events now is for me to enjoy myself because I've been part of this community for almost 6 years now, and I've met a lot of amazing people along the way, and I still want to see them, still want to hang out with them. But singles for me has always been about trying to prove myself, trying to put what I've been practicing to the test. And now that I'm not really practicing, I'm not grinding out for singles. And now that I don't really have much more to prove, I'm very happy with what I've been able to do as a player, as a community figure. I don't think there's more that I need to do. And so I'm more than happy just, showing up, hanging out with people, having a fun time.
Sure. As far as new players and new faces coming up out of this like Wi-Fi saga we've just been on, and especially those here today, who do you imagine, with you kind of taking a step back from singles, somebody is going to be filling that void? Who do you expect to kind of, as far as a new candidate, to kind of go into that role?
On the rise recently has been Vixen, Coda, Pizza Master, whatever their tag is for that particular event. They've been doing amazing. Someone who I don't think a lot of people would expect to do well is Wisp. Wisp is someone who grinds out with me like all the time. They're always stopping by stream, always doing gear battle, stuff like that, and they've been putting in a lot of time to get better. So I would not be surprised if they this is their first major. I'm pretty sure they're already in top 48, which is insane. That's already really, really good. So I have high expectations for them. One who people don't think they're gonna do bad, but Audi is always slept on because Audi will go like a year or two without going to an event, show up, destroy everyone, and then disappear again. So they're always a big threat, and if they decided to go to events more consistently, I have no doubt they'd be top 10 in that area.
Sure. With kind of your more focus on workshop, it leads me into another question. With the 4 characters being added to the base cast, if you were to drop the bird entirely, who would be the character you would pick up?
Oh, that's tough. It's between Malo and Palm. I think of the 4 right now, Olympia's kit is like the best, and I think she's probably going to perform the best. But for me, who I personally mesh with, Malo and Palm are both just really interesting to me because Malo is they're a very precise character. You have to just have a good grasp of the game's movement, good grasp of the game's mechanics, to play them effectively. And that's something that I really like. The thing that's fun for me about Raster is that he's a little campy, but when you do actually get the hit, you have to be on point with your execution. That's what's fun for me. So between Malo and Palm, I think those two can play into that very well.
Sure. And I guess lastly, to kind of like sum things up, who do you think is going to win Riptide?
Oh, that's tough. Probably Penguin. It's Penguin after Heatwave. If there's one thing Penguin hates, it's just losing. Like, more so than any other top player I know. If he loses in a way that he doesn't like, because he's fine losing to Cake. He loses to Cake all the time. They practice all the time. But if he gets in a situation where like he's not happy with his placement, he's not happy with how he lost, he grinds like nothing else, and he always comes to the next major completely prepared. So my money's on Penguin.
All right. Well, appreciate you stopping by, and have fun when we see you at Genesis and your streams as well.
Thank you.
Plug your Twitch.
Oh yeah, twitch.tv/iCleanWindows, twitter.com/WindowsROA, medify.gg/@Windows. Please Medify, I need it.
All right, man. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you in the crowd on Sunday.
Sounds good.